In our previous lecture, we learned how to configure URLs and how to make views in accord to URLs. So now we will go to create a model. To create model, we will go inside our My API application folder, and here a models.py is present here. So just now we are going to open it in Notepad++. So now nothing is present inside this models.py, and I copied from my original project and pasting here. So this is the model, and here you can see that from this point to this point it is already 13 variables are there, and this first name and last name is not mentioned in our original data file in loan.csv. In that case we are only having this much of column, and in this much of column excluding our loan ID column and also the status column. That means here look, first name must be a character field and it is having maximum length 15. Likewise dependents, how many dependents to the customer in his family, so it is an integer field and the default value is given as 0. So likewise there is total 13 field. From this 13 field, these two are only first name and last name of the customer, and which is actually not required for our machine learning training or and pre-testing. And these two, first name and last name, is only helpful to identify the corresponding document. That means using these two name, anyone can easily, that means the admin can easily find out that the remaining 11 data set are belongs to this person. But this last name and first name is actually don't put any other credit apart from recognizing the data. And again this class will return this class has a function str which will return the first name space last name, so that anyone can, so that the admin can easily find out that this corresponding to which user. And from gender, married, graduate education and self, these five fields are a choice type. That means the admin is allowed to choose any one of the value. That means any one value means, suppose this gender choice, the admin is allowed to choose either male or female. Similarly, the admin is allowed choice in case of married, the admin is allowed to choose yes or no. Okay, to make you better understand, I am opening my admin panel here. Here this is the admin panel which I am already done for my project, but for this lecture sake it is still now not done. I am just showing to make you understand it clearly. So if look, here this approval is there. So here if I say this, what is the class name? Approval. That means if this thing is done, so it will automatically create a approval under my API. Okay. So I think it is clear. Now if I click on this approval and if I want to add one approval form, so here you can see here there are many text box are there. So here the first name, last name, dependent, applicant, income, code. So likewise there are 13 area. You can calculate 13 area there. 13. So if I see here also total 13 area are there. Then what is the return value? It is what is the function here? Definition def underscore str. And suppose I am creating a function here. Suppose I am placing my first name and let the last name is Panda, and dependent, let the dependent is 1, and applicant income is okay, applicant 30,000 per month. Okay, and then co-applicant income, let it be 0. Loan amount, let it be, I am applying for 1 lakh loan. Then loan term, let it be 360 days. credit history, let it be 1. Gender, so here in case of gender you will get two options, male or female. You will get two options, male or female. So this is because we are doing the model in a different way. It look, in case of gender it is going for a choice. So what is choice here? Choice is gender choice. So gender choice, what is gender choice? Gender choice, this is the male or female. So as per the Django documentation, you have to make your choice in this way. First make the gender choice, then in a choice variable you have to assign this gender choice. And similarly for married choice you are having two choice, yes or no. Similarly for graduated choice you have either graduate or not graduate. There is no other option. You are only having two choice here, either this or this. But in case of property, in case of area, you are having three choice. What is the choice? Property choice rural, or semi-urban or urban. So you are having total three choice. You won't have any other choice. So let's complete this form here. Let the gender male, married, yes, graduate income, yes, graduate, self-employed, yes, area, let it be urban. Okay, so now I am saving this thing. So now look, what is highlighted here? So the total approval form is highlighted by the first name Saroj Kumar and last name Panda. This is all because I am putting the return value is self first name, then space, then last name. That means first name is Saroj Kumar, space, last name is Panda. So this is why here it is showing that Saroj Kumar Panda. And another thing you need to remember here, whenever you are changing or adding or deleting anything in your model model file, even model.py, you need to migrate those things to a database. Okay, you need to migrate those things in a database. So for this reason, we need to go inside the corresponding folder in our Windows PowerShell. So if I check the list of item, it will show that manage.py present here. So here you can clearly see that no such database present inside this folder. You can also see here, look, no such database present inside this folder. So now I want to migrate my changes in model to the database. Okay, so for this reason I need to go for a command python manage.py make migration. So this will detect whether any changes occur or not. Though I am already migrated this thing, so it add no changes to the file, but it will create a folder, it will create a database in my present working directory. Similarly, once you can see here, clearly you can see here what is the, so after executing this line of command, a database is created. And what is the memory of database? 0 KB. Now I want to make the migration thing complete. So for this reason I am writing a command python manage.py migrate. So this will actually put the table like all those stuff related to SQL to a DB SQL LIT3. So if I execute this command, then you can see here this 0 KB will be increased to some value. So let execute this command. So after execution you change some applying, so you can also see here that something is increasing, yes. So finally it will remain as 128 KB. Now our thing of migration, any changes in our model.py now migrated to the database db.sqlit3. And here this db.sqlit3, this is the default version, but Django allow you to choose any kind of database, So if you go here, look, so what is the default database location? The default database location, look, what is the default database location is Django DB backend SQLite3. So defaultly it will create a database in a SQLite3. But if you want to change, then you can change this thing to a other database.